What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, BakaBread, Jacobus06, Sam Phelps, Ernesto Membreno, Red Steel Moss, Locus Corellius, King Joe, Anthony Vang, Jesse Dooley, Marshall Selden, Marvoius, Benito Osuna, Godzilla Man 97, Mikael Fernandez, Greg Capozzoli, Jamar Jefferson, Lady Susano, and Nick Barnard. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link below to find out more. We'll see you there.
Nemesis is a by the way.
Yes, he is. Well, is he any worse than Mr. X?
Yes.
Okay, fair
He
enough.
has a rocket launcher.
Yeah, this is true.
I still have never beat Resident Evil 3 for that reason.
Really?
Yep.
You never beat it?
Nope.
Dude. Oh. Okay. So, a little bit of a disclaimer here.
I just don't know the strat for avoiding rockets. I'm not good at it.
To
my day up.
I don't know. Well, I don't know how they're going to.
There's like certain parts of it where I remember like watching like the strategies back in the day and shit, and it's like even the people who know what they're doing a lot of the times like get hit at least once or twice by his bull.
Yeah.
And it's like I've only ever seen like no damage runs on that game like a couple times.
Well, the interesting thing about this is that whereas the Resident Evil 2 remake fixed a lot of the problems and issues that were persistent in the first Resident Evil 2, in the original Resident Evil 2, and now Resident Evil 3, the Resident Evil 3 remake, it will potentially fix all the issues with Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll be a lot more possible to beat, hopefully.
Well, okay, disclaimer here, I still have not played. Well, okay, I played the beginning part, but I haven't played like to completion or beat story mode in any way of the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Do that. It's worth it.
Oh, I know.
Except for the sewers. Fuck the sewers.
Yeah, my cousin Zach got there and he was just like, "Fuck this game." But I eventually convinced him to go back. He eventually went back.
Well, that was where I was playing on hardcore on stream, and then I got to the sewers, and I was like, I apologize, everyone. I thought I could definitely play this game on hardcore, but I'm restarting because this part can suck my left nut.
Fair enough. And
I'm glad I did because the boss fights after that were hard fucking enough on Scenario B, too, with just whatever mode below that I was playing on. Like, I think it's the third version of Birkin.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was playing on like whatever normal mode was on Scenario B with Leon, and I was raging. Like he killed me so many fucking times. I was like, what the fuck is this so hard?
How many times do you have to beat the game through to get the full canon ending?
Well, technically the canon ending is just twice.
Okay.
Claire Scenario A and Leon Scenario B.
Okay.
And then Leon Scenario, Claire Scenario B is like the non-canon version of it, apparently.
Okay. So Leon.
I haven't played through on that version.
So you have to play as Claire first, then you play.
That's the other thing
second.
too, is I accidentally picked Leon first whenever I was playing on hardcore.
Oh.
And I was like, well, let's check out the canon version first this time around. So I played through on Claire first, which Claire's Scenario A was not actually very hard, but Leon's Scenario B was a little bit more difficult. But and then I tried to play the fucking thing with, I think it's supposed to be Hunk.
Yeah.
And like you get, I think they give you like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that to get from the sewers out of the police station.
Yeah.
And you have the equipment that's on you, and they smush all these enemies into all the rooms on the way through.
Okay.
And I got like so fucking close, like this fucking close.
Ray.
that part can also suck my left
Well,
nut.
Ray Narvaez, aka Brown Man, got to the point at the end where all you have to do is open that door, and then you're out. He turns around after he used the flashbang to get by all the ones that were in the main lobby, and then he got over there to unlock, start the process of unlocking the door. He turns around. Guess who?
Mr. X.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not only is Mr. X coming right at him, Mr. X is about this far away from him, and Ray turns around, pauses the game, throws his controller down, stands up, and walks away. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm done. I am done."
If he hadn't paused it, he would have just got all his teeth knocked out. Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh, he quit. Well, he quit the game after that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I really wanted to beat that part because it was pretty cool, but like I was like, nah, I'm good.
well, there's
So
one.
I'm still going to on stream eventually at some point. I know I haven't been streaming much lately, but I will play back through the non-canon scenario arrangement to see the differences.
Okay.
And I'm definitely going to play the DLC for it because there's like 3 separate scenarios that are like their own little side stories of people
And
in the
according
city.
to what a lot of people say, all 3 of them are really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So
And they were all free with the game too.
yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
and that's the okay. Me and Chad talked about this earlier. You remember the dark days of Capcom? You know,
yeah.
They pretty much sold off Devil May
Capcom
Cry.
used to be one of my favorite game developers, and then
After they
they
shut
pretty
down
much
Clover.
completely lost my faith at a point.
Well, they made Clover Studio, which made the Beautiful Joe series.
Yeah.
And then after they shut down
They had
Clover,
Okami as well, which is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Still,
and then after that,
they shut down Clover. They fucked up Resident Evil royally.
Well, a lot of people noticed the problem started forming with 5. 5 I was okay with. 6 is where I was just like, oh fuck, what did they do? And then
See, I'm one of the haters that was like, even though it was a fun game, they started fucking up on 4.
okay, 4 is where it got really action oriented.
Yeah.
Although I will say they did balance it out fairly well in 4. Once you learned where everything was and how to beat it, it lost all of its luster as a horror game. Whereas, as from what I hear, a lot of people say about the new Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2 remake, no matter what difficulty you play it on, it is always a challenge.
Yeah, it's not like 4 at all.
All
Like,
right, well,
that's what I always was saying. I was like, dude, they could make the controls like 4 and still make it a good fucking horror game. I know they could, and you know what I had in my brain when I was telling people that?
what?
And people were like, oh, you're full of shit. 4's fucking amazing. What I had in my brain was Resident Evil 2 Remake. And then they fucking did it, and I was fucking like,
See?
fucking
See?
told you.
See?
Fucking told you.
See? He was right.
Like, 4 was a good game, but it just wasn't the same Resident Evil that I liked as a kid growing up.
And that's fair.
So, I mean,
well,
RE2 is that Resident Evil improved and fucking amazing.
and
RE3 is going to be the same thing, in my opinion, probably.
well, let's see, because I haven't seen this. You haven't seen this.
After the success of 2, if it's not basically the same thing, then Capcom has smoked something in between then and
We'll,
now.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get to it. This is Resident Evil 3 State of Play announcement trailer. Let's see what happens.
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep this week. You gotta stay strong. Don't give in to fear out there, right?
How did this
Calm
happen?
down, buddy. Calm down.
Send reinforcements! No! Wait! Hurry up! Help me!
Jill? Who is it? Oh boy. Okay. Alright, keep running, keep running.
Wait.
Oh, I heard it! Hey, here she is.
That's Jill.
Here's my girl. What's up, Jill? Oh, damn. Looking good, man.
What the hell?
There's
How could
Carlos.
this many people be infected?
The city is completely cut off, isolated.
What's up, Captain?
Don't look at me like that, alright? I'm not infected.
Oh.
But right now it's got a hard on for the only 2 stars left in town.
They don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Oh, there. Oh, is that him?
Star's office has to be in this direction.
It looks like him.
Yes!
Gets worse.
He looks good, man. Both character models look awesome.
want the world to know what they've done.
Oh, my head.
What's wrong with Umbrella?
Get in!
Plenty.
Stop them all.
You gotta get out of there!
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Oh, come on.
We've got to be dreaming.
Ooh.
That one part for a second, like I thought it was like definitely cutscene, but
Commitment, honesty,
they were making it look kind of
integrity,
gameplay-ish for a
these are the
second.
core values that create the foundation for Umbrella Corps.
There he is. Ooh, that's a lot sooner than I was expecting.
Yeah, definitely.
I knew it was like they're gonna try and second quarter, but didn't know it was gonna be April.
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
I do. I'm
The
interested
online
to see,
game?
huh?
What, the online game?
Because look, if it's something that's included with this as a multiplayer option, and if it's fun, say like Dead by Daylight, dude, that could push the game from like something like from Resident Evil 2 remake was, in your opinion, like a 9.5 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
If that is fun and you play as, and oh look at that, pre-ordered, you get the original outfits.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The only thing is I don't feel like that looks like Jill to me. Like, they changed her facial features for some reason.
What, outside of being a polygon?
No, like, she had, like...
If you're thinking about the Jill from the movies, that's Sienna Gilroy, and
No,
honestly, she looked okay as Jill, but let's be honest.
I don't have my phone on me. I'm thinking about, like, remake Jill. Like, the first Resident Evil remake.
Oh, okay. Oh, our remake Jill.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, she has, like, she always had, like, a rounder face, I thought.
Let's see. Let's see what Jill looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. No, that's from Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah, see, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Alright, let's get that...
So I don't know why they didn't just stick with their appearance from that, and why they changed her so much.
Well, I can think of a couple reasons. Let's get this photo here pulled up.
So they changed her in 5 too, though. Like, so I don't get that, but I get maybe they're going more with what she looked like in 5.
Well, no. Here's one thing. I know what I know they have to do. I know they have to do. A new actress because keep in mind, the Jill Valentine that we got in the Resident Evil remake is from 2001. That's when that game was originally released on the GameCube, and the whole thing about it is with Jill being in that, I think what they're going with in terms of the look.
Wait, but here's the thing, though, is that Claire in Resident Evil 2 still looks a fuck ton like Claire from Code Veronica X.
Well, they probably found an actress that looks the part, or that looked like her enough.
Yeah, I guess like they just need a mocap actress that looks similar, and they found somebody that looked a lot like Claire used to from the older games.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yes, yeah, so especially that version of her, I'm just like, that looks like a completely different lady from what I'm used to.
Where in the hell?
So that looks like her.
Okay.
That one does.
Okay. So, for God's sakes, get... It's like, oh, we're going to show you a picture of her. We're going to cover up her fucking face. Yeah, look at this. Okay.
She looks like Samus Aran right there.
Yeah, that's when she had blonde hair. That was a weird time.
Yeah.
That was a very weird time. Okay. That Jill right there. And now let's look at the Jill Valentine from RE3 remake.
Also, you don't have this on screen. So
I know. Not yet.
Yeah.
We're going to do a side-by-side. Okay.
Is that her?
Yes. Oh. Okay, never mind. Okay, where's an official picture of her?
I think it was in the top right. Yeah, it's the one underneath that. No, wait, that's a cosplay. Never mind.
Okay,
Don't
there's
think that's
Jill
it
Valentine
either.
there. Jill Valentine there. Okay, let's do a side by side of these. Okay.
Jill Valentine looks a lot different in the Resident Evil 3 remake, is the title. That's what I thought. That's what I
Okay.
was saying.
There's that Jill Valentine. There's this Jill Valentine. Let's zoom in a little bit on the face. There we go. That's the Jill Valentine of old. That's the new Jill Valentine. Okay. My guess is they went with a different actress because the it's a lot like how Leon has changed looks over time.
He still looks pretty similar too, though. Like, he did look a little different in the remake, but
well, dude, he went from having
he was
like,
still pretty
like
similar.
pure
though.
blonde, like brown hair, fading to red, like looking like it was turning red in Resident Evil 2 to blonde hair in Resident Evil 4.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember having blonde hair in Resident Evil 4. It's like
Sandy
it's
blonde.
like dirty blonde, I guess.
Well, yeah, he went from like really brown. Okay, let's look at what he looked like in Resident Evil 2. Yeah, see? Plus, yeah, the facial features fairly look the same, but yeah, this is the Leon S. Kennedy I originally played as. That's brown hair. Whereas he went from that to sandy blonde in 4.
Yeah. I
Actors
just
and
never
actresses
noticed it from
change.
the lighting.
Actors and actresses change over time, dude. I mean, as much as as much as we want Hugh Jackman to keep playing Wolverine, he's not going to. And I know eventually they're going to have to replace him with somebody, and hopefully they do a killer job. But
I guess I just didn't ever think about it as much in video games, because video games used to be a thing where they didn't actually base everyone off of actors and actresses. You know, they drew up a character and made them look like that. But now that they have mocap and everything, it's more like everybody actually is played by an actor or actress.
And they also have like
movies.
facial capture for full facial motion, like acting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To be more accurate.
Yeah.
Because you see,
because it's more like they actually have actors and actresses in video games now, as opposed to they used to just have voice actors and actresses, and the characters were just what the drawing was.
well, they used to still, if the voice actress was you know what they felt looked enough like the character what they have envisioned, they're still going to use them. I mean, for instance,
Yeah, but they didn't used to have that mocap technology.
No, not at all. But say for instance, they used Nolan North's voice, and they also used and they didn't use his like complete facial makeup, but Nolan North does fairly look like Nathan Drake in a lot of ways. Yeah. And honestly, I'm cool with them making changes to the actors and actresses as long if so far from everything I've seen from Resident Evil 2, if we get the same level of acting that we got in that for 3, all aboard.
Yeah.
All freaking board. I mean, Carlos looks like starkly different. I mean, especially his hair. His hair's a lot
different, but at the same time, I can still see him and be like, yeah, it looks like the same kind of guy that I imagined from like 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, because Carlos was a grunt.
I'm also kind of wondering something, and I know it wouldn't be the same if they did it, but I kind of hope they might. When they remade 2, they did the same thing that they did in 2 originally, which was have a scenario A and a scenario B where you play as the different characters.
Yeah.
Which 3 is always Jill, pretty much, and then you play as Carlos at this one part.
I'm thinking
and I think it would actually be cool if they split it and did make a Carlos scenario to play as well.
Well, imagine if you will, they actually do. I know in its execution it was done shittily, but imagine if they did something like in Resident Evil 6, where they actually split up the stories, and then after you play through both stories, a third part unlocks where you actually play through. You can either play through as Jill or as Carlos.
Yeah,
I could see that, because that would be awesome. Because you played through the first scenario, which is Jill's scenario. Obviously, you're going to play as Jill first, and then you meet Carlos throughout the story. You meet him throughout the story. Stuff happens. Blah blah blah. And then after that, Jill's side of the story is done. You go back and you play as Carlos. And then once the scenario gets to that point where you're nearing the end game, that's when the final part unlocks, and then you can play through as either Jill or Carlos. And the only way you can get the true canon ending is if you play through that final part 2 times as both of them.
Yeah,
and you can also go, and if it'd be an extra inventive bonus, because what they did with changing it. Not only did they change up the scenarios, they also changed up. Certain things with how the from what I've heard, if you keep playing through the scenarios, then more stuff changes. It like keeps evolving, and more stuff gets unlocked as you go through. There's actually people who played through like 6 or 7 times, and they still found new stuff that kept popping up.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about that.
Well, that's just what I've heard. I don't know, but
all I heard is that in order to experience like everything that they've added into the game and like see all of the events, you have to play through like 4 times, like one for each of the scenarios and each of the orders.
And then, of course,
so there's like certain keys you don't get at all if you play one of the combinations, but then if you play the other one, you do. Something like that.
And then, of course, if they do DLC, I hope they keep it free like they did on the first and the second game. Or even if they charge, if it's the same quality that we got, that a lot of people are saying we got from the second ones. I mean,
yeah,
I would be fine with paying an extra like $5-10 to play extra DLC. Because I know the one where you actually got the original soundtrack.
Yeah, that too.
We finally got that sorted out. I'd had it for the longest time.
I agree with some of the people commenting those that it's like I feel like that was something that they could have included for free.
They could have.
Like they didn't charge for like anything else, and like they want to charge you a few bucks for the soundtrack, and it's like at least it's only a few bucks, but still like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been nice to have. At the very least, it's like an unlock when you beat the game, like.
Yeah. I could see that, but how Capcom makes decisions on them. But if they keep giving us the quality games that they've been giving us over the last, ever since Resident Evil 7, or if you want to go even a little bit further back, Resident Evil Revelations, then hell yes.
But yeah, I'm stoked about 3 as well because there's like one major difference between 2 and 3 that makes me like both of them for their own reasons, and that's the fact that 2 takes place pretty much entirely in that police station once you get to it.
Yeah.
And except for the obviously ending sequence that I won't say in case anybody's still not played it yet, but like there's a place like that's connected to the police station that the rest of it takes place in. And 3, and I love the police station and exploring it's awesome and everything. 3 has you visit the police station towards the beginning, but basically 3 takes place entirely in Raccoon City. And so, like, I'm really stoked to see all of 3 remade, and I hope that they expand on it a lot, because actually, like, playing a game that's set in Raccoon City is not really something they've done well yet. And this is their opportunity to do it in such a cool fucking way. And, like, the beginning of 2 was already fucking awesome. Like, you have to run to the fucking police station from the car wreck.
Yeah.
And like just running through the hordes of zombies, and you have like no ammo to fight them off with, so you're just having to like look for openings and be like this way, oh shit, oh, and like that part was awesome. And if they expand the city and make all of it that intense, it's gonna be a hell of a game in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and also I'm wondering if that one part wasn't also a hint for first person mode. Because
I don't think they're going to do first person mode, because they actually did something. They actually did something similar to
how
that.
They did that in the trailer.
No, they did that in the first trailer for the second one too.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Where you were looking at it from Leon's personal POV. But if they do first person, I mean, honestly, that'd be cool. But I think they're going to stick to third person, because that's what got them to the ball, and also that's what. I think that's what people come to expect from this series so far.
I think if they want to keep doing first person games, they should like continue adding on to like 7 from that perspective, and make games like that. But
which they are working on.
I wouldn't be mad if they included an optional first-person mode, like in the remake as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if they went back and patched 2 to add an optional first-person mode, I'd probably check it out that way. I probably wouldn't prefer to play it that way because it's already tough enough when you can still see some shit around you, but like it'd still be neat.
Yeah, let's see. There it is. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Jump to remake. There it is. Okay, so they're just calling it Resident Evil 3. They're not saying specifically which development team it is. They're saying Capcom right now. But Resident Evil 2 Remake was...
I'm guessing they're going to give it to the same team that worked on 2 Remake.
Well...
Because they did so good with it, so...
Resident Evil 2. There we go. Remake. There it is. 2019 video game. It's hard to believe it's only been a year. R&D Division 1. R&D Division 1, there's currently, I think, 3 R&D divisions. So, and I think Division 3 used to be Clover. I think that's, they reabsorbed Clover back in.
The remake outsold the original.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Which, that if anything, that just shows you the level of the quality of that game. I'm looking here at the reviews and everything. It's got like an 89, 91, 93, which lowest reviews on PC because, we PC players, we got to be ultra judgy about everything. Ugh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Supposedly the PC would be the best version of it because of the graphics settings and stuff on that.
You'd think that.
They're kind of like fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. The graphics, from everything I've seen.
It's like, I looked up a guide just to like fiddle with the settings and make it look as good as possible, and it looks good. Like, ridiculously so.
Alright.
Like, I think Sekiro is the only thing I've played recently that was like on the same level graphic-wise.
Alright. Well, overall, Nemesis, one of the central aspects of the game, was also redesigned and given new ways to track down the protagonist when compared to the Tyrant.
Oh, and Devil May Cry 5, obviously, by the same company.
Yeah,
so
DMC 5, yeah.
So,
okay. So, overall, I'm excited for this. You're excited for this. Let's hope it's as good as advertised, and let's hope...
Hopefully it's easier to dodge fucking Nemesis rockets and the new control scheme.
Well, I haven't seen any artwork that's shown Nemesis with the rocket launcher.
I'd be very surprised if he doesn't have it at some point, though.
Well, if he gets it during certain portions, like say he's chasing you through the city, and if you see that he's like got it up and he's locking onto you, you have to like duck behind cover or something to get it to dodge it.
I'd much prefer that than him just busting in the fucking staff office of the police station with it and shooting you like from across the office.
Yeah.
Nothing you can really do about it.
Oh well.
It's like it's a narrow fucking space. There's 2 places for the rocket to go, into you or into your asshole. Basically.
Neither side's good for
shitty.
you. Neither side is good. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. This was the Resident Evil 3 announcement trailer. Hopefully it's as good as advertised, and hopefully we'll be able to play it whenever it comes out.
Hopefully I can actually beat it this time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have faith in you, dude. So, again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.